Hey crafters, welcome back to part 2 of the crushing wall video. Let's go to the table and finish that up so we can have a crush on our players. Characters. Yeah, smash. Alright guys, now we got this bad boy painted flat black with our flat black spray. We use my little sponge and I've got some gray here, some burnt sienna and some coffee. And I'm going to sponge that on the rock to give it the rock color. So don't worry about if you get some on the other pieces, it's not a huge deal. So we'll just sponge that on until we're happy with it. Get our base gray, put a little burnt sienna on there, some coffee. There we go, nice. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use our dark brown and we're going to paint the wooden piece, the ramrod there. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to use my light gray and a large brush and dry brush on the stone there, and look at that texture we put on there, really popping out, really nice. Wow, look at that detail popping out. Don't worry too much if you get a little bit on the other pieces, not a big deal. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to use a lighter moccasin brown and just kind of paint the wooden piece. Got my brush kind of wet here. Just get all those pieces. And the wooden piece is basically between those two metal bands. So now I'm going to use my gunmetal. I'm going to paint the crossbar there. We're going to paint that gunmetal. And the banding there, the metal banding. I'm also going to paint the stand, the gunmetal also. Getting the mechanism with the gears. Careful you don't get it on the wood. Alright, really standing out now. Really getting some detail on there. Look at that. Nice. Nice stuff. Alright, now I've got some light gray. And I'm going to use a thin brush. And I'm going to kind of paint on the wood a little bit like it's grayed and aged. And this will dry up a little lighter than it's appearing here right now. It's a little brighter than it will appear when it dries up. Give that wood some age there. Alright, cool. Alright, now I've got my burnt sienna again. I'm going to use this for rust. Start putting some rust marks on the metal there. Unless you want your own pristine dungeon as opposed to a old rotting place. Let's get that all over the piece. Some rust coming down from the metal. There we go. Nice, nice. Okay, now I'm going to finish up with some black. And I got my brush fairly wet. I'm just going to go over some of the details of the piece and put some shading. And this can really add another dimension to your piece. So let's go through and hit those different areas. Get some cracks there so they accentuate those. Yeah, look at that detail starting to pop out there. I'm using this fairly wet. It does take a little bit of practice to get between the place where you want it, to show up and be too wet. So, don't be frustrated with that. Practice that a bit. you go, some more detail on the wood there. You can always use your finger if you mess up or it's too dark. Wow, look at that popping out. That is so awesome. Boy, the players are going to hate this one. All right, there we go. So let's go to the table and look at it in its full glory. Here we go with our 2.5D next hallway, and the adventurers are coming down. And hopefully the rogue will detect it, because if not, they're going to get squished. Here we go. Here's the squishing wall. And you can just make it the hallway the width of the bar, and so you can just go right up to the other wall. And there you go. You got that. I made another one so I could have two, back to back or further down the hall. You could also have a bigger room where the two come together and smash. You could have these move around maybe if you had a trap like that. So kind of fun stuff. You better hope you don't get between the two, because... So, and 2.5D is perfect for these because you can just put them right over the walls. Higher 3D terrain would be much harder to do that. So yeah, you could have multiple ones lined up and that kind of thing. And you can just hide it because you just have the wall there and you just pull it out when you need it. So the players won't really suspect that there's something going on there. And there's the detail on the stones. I think that really came out neat. The crossbar, the bar. That stand works perfectly just holding that up. And the detail on this, I think, just came out really great. And there we go. Hey friends and fellow crafters, make sure to give your Scotty a like if you did like the video. Also, check out my forum and Facebook group. A lot of great people there. Share and subscribe to these videos. Also, if you did enjoy this video and you got something out of it, there's a new feature on YouTube with a tip jar. So give some love back to your DM Scotty if you found it useful. Also, I am on Patreon also, so if you want to support the DM's craft, go over there and check it out. And last but not least, go forth and craft. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that my group is looking for a new thief trap finder. Great pay and benefits, burial expenses if needed, and yes, you know where to apply.